Welcome to the Golden Network in the Trunkey Creek, Ophir region, New South Wales, Australia. This presentation is prepared as part of the research titled The Spatial and Temporal Distribution of the Metal Mineralization in Eastern Australia and the relationship of the observed patterns to giant ore deposits. The Lachlan Fold Belt of southeastern Australia. The geology of the Trunkey Creek Ophir region is typical of that of the Lachlan Fold Belt, which consists predominantly of Ordovician, Silurian, granites, volcanics, and sediments. Geology of the Ophir Trunkey Creek region highlights its structural and lithological features, highlighting the bulges at Ophir and Trunkey Creek. The proposed structural centers at each of these bulges. The Trunkey Creek area showing the radial zones delineating the spatial distribution of gold. This pattern is approximately 80 kilometers across. Note that the center for the radial distribution of gold, that is the blue circle, shows near coincidence with the structural center. Both the Trunkey Creek and the Ophir bulges have a lateral extent, that is a wavelength, of approximately 80 kilometers. It is proposed that these bulges and the gold deposits were generated by Rayleigh-Benard convection in the mantle. Mantle material, which is moving upward and outward in a radial pattern, is dragging crustal rocks into the observed bulges. The plan view and cross-sectional view of Rayleigh-Benard convection is presented in the next few slides. This is a plan view of Rayleigh-Benard convection at a Rayleigh number appropriate for the mantle. The inset shows the ideal hexagonal pattern. The dark gray radial areas are hot material that is moving upward and outward. The white areas are sheets of cold descending material. The circular black areas at the center of the dark gray radial zones are plumes or plumelets, depending on scale. This is a cross-sectional view of Rayleigh-Benard convection. This is an example of aspect ratio 2. The width of each cell is twice the depth of the convecting layer. It is proposed that the 80-kilometer patterns arise from convection originating at a 40-kilometer depth in the mantle. Note that the radial zones are terminated by the late Carboniferous granites, which are non-auriferous. These granites separate the Ophir center to the north from the Trunkey Creek center to the south. Most granites in the Lachlan Fold Belt trend north-south. These late Carboniferous granites trend east-west. The Golden Network is present in outcropping rocks which are Ordovician in age, that is 490 to 443 million years ago. The radial zones of the Golden Network are terminated by the late Carboniferous granites, 300 million years ago. Therefore, as a first approximation, we can assume that convection in the upper mantle beneath southeastern Australia was active for approximately 190 million years. Thank you. References.